EGM Network.
Honestly, without Treasure Coast Community Health, I think we'd be a much poorer community in terms of our health. We're always striving to fill the gap for everyone in the community, rich or poor.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Community Conversations. Every week I come to the radio studio and say, who have we got for guests today? Oh, that's right. I knew that. And today I'm very fortunate. A rose between two thorns. No, I'm kidding. I have two gentlemen here from Oceanside Rotary Group. And I have to say that we're going to have a very interesting conversation because we have a new president. Welcome, Corey.
Hello, everyone.
We have Dennis, who has been a Rotarian and then took a little sabbatical.
I did.
And now he's back. And so we're going to be talking a lot about the service clubs of Rotary. And while we have many service clubs in Vero Beach and Indian River County in the state, Rotary is an international service club. And so we're going to talk about how important that has become to the Oceanside Rotary in this past year. So I'm going to ask Corey, how long have you been a Rotarian?
I think it's almost 2 years now.
Yeah,
so
you got the bug.
Yeah, it's something that I was born into, but it took me till I was almost 50 to actually realize it. So, and I've been having fun with it. It's a really good opportunity for someone who has like a benevolent spirit to try to make a difference around the world.
Mm-hmm. And Dennis?
Well, I started with Oceanside Rotary when it formed many years ago.
That's a few years ago.
It's a few years ago.
14, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I had a little daughter who was growing up, and because of the meeting and the daughter and all of this stuff, I said, I need to spend more time with the daughter. So I did. And now the daughter is 19, so
she's in college.
And she's a Florida State political science kid and doing great. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so I'm back with Rotary.
Well, one of the things that I found with Rotary was that in addition to doing service, it was a very active club in terms of socialization at the right time. We have a couple of clubs in the county that meet at lunchtime, but it's difficult for working people sometimes, even with the freedom that I have in my role, to jump up and go out every week for Rotary. And then we have the early morning club, the Sunrise Rotary Club, and they're large and active. They have a lot of professionals that go to their Rotary Club before the day starts. They are definitely early morning people.
I don't know how they do it.
well, they don't drag in. I have to say, they're definitely on that beginning of the day, because when they come in, they're like slapping each other on the back, and
they are.
First thing they do is welcome each other and then sing a song at 7 o'clock in the morning. Is unbelievable to me, but
yeah, I love their spirit. They have a great spirit, a great energy, and all of them are a little bit different. And so, if you're into Rotary, or you think you're into Rotary, or want to be more involved with the community, there's a few different ways that you can do that. A few different communities that you can join. I love ours, but I love theirs too.
Well, the thing is that Rotary is evolving as other things change. When I joined 7 or 8 years ago, you had to attend every week. And if you couldn't make your own meeting because you were out of town, go to the Rotary Club meeting where you were going to vacation or have a business meeting or whatever. And they loosened that up because they began to recognize that the number of volunteers shouldn't be dependent on that kind of rigid performance. And so they've gotten very creative in the types of things that they expect. And it's really, as you say, more about the spirit of the Rotarians and what they do.
Yeah, it's so cool that it's a worldwide organization. And I mean, you could go to, like Corey has, another country and be accepted by the Rotarians in that country because you're one of them.
Yeah.
Right. I call it a 1.2 million person club, not 20 or 30 or 100 or whatever it is. There really is this camaraderie that I experience everywhere that I travel, planting trees, which we'll get back to in a little bit. But it's just been an eye opener for me, and something that like I said before, not to be too redundant, it really gives you an opportunity to serve both your community and the world.
And a very manageable volunteer bites. Each club generally has a number of projects that they're doing or initiatives that they support. And so if one thing doesn't appeal to you, something else might. If you can make that kind of thing on a regular basis, great. If you can't, there's no concern that you're not holding up your end. And as you say, being able to interact with people no matter where you're at. We have a lot of folks that come in during the winter. We laughingly call them snowtarians because they're avoiding the snow up north, and we welcome them with great arms. So talk about the challenges of new member recruitment, though. As a new member yourself, what kinds of things held you back or myths that you might have heard?
So probably the best way to say that is how I was recruited. And so I had kind of been hungering for an opportunity to, through sustainable travel, offset all of the carbon that I had as I traveled along. And Rick Gromas, who has one of our sister clubs and was with our club at that time, he said, if you want to plant trees around the world, you really need to be a Rotarian, because there's like 190, I think, countries where you can plant trees and things like that. And that gave me the purpose to do it, because the biggest challenge really in today's day and age, where there's a lot of different volunteer organizations and that kind of thing, is actually attaching to somebody's purpose. And so my purpose was obvious. It brought me in, but there's also like just such a myriad of things that Rotary overall does and that your local club does, both for your community and for everybody around the world, that if you have a purpose, we can find a use for that. And so it's really it's just an amazing organization. And I'll tell you, as soon as I came to the first meeting, it just felt like family. You do the 4-way test and you're like, hey, I've been living that as much as I can my whole life. And it really is something that I would suggest for anybody who has like a philanthropic or a benevolent spirit.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against the 4-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all
concerned? I was just going to let her autopilot through that thing there. So there you go. Put me on the spot. But,
beneficial to all concerned, I think, is how you are convincing people across the oceans that, and it's not a hard argument, that trees are beneficial to planet Earth, no matter what country you live in or what's going on politically or economically or in any other way.
Yeah, it's amazing when you go somewhere to serve the people that you're going there, how much that just opens up their arms, and it promotes peace and it promotes friendships. And
you're not the ugly American over there.
Yeah. Usually I'm like the example of what sustainable travel should be, I guess. I don't know. I try not to think of it that way. I mostly just think of it as a facilitator of doing good work. So it's
so we won't call you a tree hugger, because you're not. You're a people hugger.
I hug trees too.
Yeah, you do.
I'm an equal opportunity hugger. Like if you're an entity and you don't seem to want to bite me or something, then I'll probably hug you at some point. It's all good.
Well, you got a great sense of humor, but he's also got a wealth of background information, and I have to congratulate you. 50 countries before you turn 50 years old. So.
And 50 states. So the 50-50-50 challenge for those of us younger than that are out there.
All right.
It's a good way to kind of learn about the world and learn about yourself in the same time, because you'll take yourself out of your comfort zones and maybe you'll plant some trees and maybe we'll help you do that.
And originally, Rotary was set up in the early 1900s with 4 men with very diverse business backgrounds, and they didn't have any women join their expanding club and then clubs across the United States until about 20 years ago. And so the diversity among the members is highly regarded because we all bring different things to the table, and that helps us understand each other better. And as you say, then it starts to feel like family.
And I'm really proud of Oceanside specifically, because we actually are mostly women. and very, very connected in our community as far as like representation of different nonprofits and things like that. I can't imagine what Rotary would be like if it was just a bunch of dudes running around. So I think it's much better now than 20 some years ago.
Although we could use to have some more guys. We welcome them, but again, trying to fit even an hour a week into the business meeting is tough for some guys. We often hear, I'm sorry, I was still at work. I couldn't leave. I had a commitment to a client. And so if you are one of those fortunate few that would like to do it and come to an understanding club, we're your guy.
Oh, yeah.
And gal.
Yeah, lots of flexibility here. And just a lot of love. I think that's probably what we try to do most at our meetings is we just love each other. We work together on things like the Duck Derby, which we're going to talk to you about in just a second. And, if you have a passion for something, we'd like to support your passion.
Well, and to that end, I would say that when I look at the list of things that just our small club, about 25 people, have done in the last couple of years, I look back on things like raising money for the Learning Alliance through a one-day project called Island Days, where we rented the space out at the Riverside Park at Riverview. I always get them mixed up.
I think it's Riverview.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just show up.
Riverside. You're right. Yes, it is Riverside.
Okay.
There we go. I'm from Sebastian, so I'm going to default to the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my problem, back and forth. Anyways, we were able to raise money for them. We have given labor over to Birthday Angels to help them with the knapsacks that they provide for our homeless kids for their birthdays, free and unexpected, confidentially at school. We've done other things like helping the Laura Riding Jackson home out at the college maintain some of their beautiful grounds. Even more beautiful after we got done trimming them.
And you bond really well if you sweat together.
Yes.
So it was a very bonding experience to get out there and do that. Yes. And next time we'll have Dennis out there lugging some things around. It'll be good.
But, there's something for everyone. We've had things brought in, sock collections. We've done veteran collections for the guys and gals that are overseas. So there's a lot of variety, and the club decides what they're going to do. And since you've been put in as president, you're really encouraging us to do more of that. So we can't go out and just have a social night. We have to earn it first.
But we can do some social nights too, So we definitely have a lot of fun at our social nights.
We do, regardless.
We've been kicking some butt at trivia. So if you're really good at trivia, we might be the group for you. Because
that's true.
I like to run around and win trivia contests.
$10, it goes towards a good cause.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, listen, we're going to take a short break for a word from our sponsors, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about trees and ducks.
All right.
Okay. Treasure Coast Community Health in-house pharmacies have the lowest prices in Indian River County, even lower than big box pharmacies. Taking your medication as prescribed leads to better health. Affordable medicine makes it easier. Treasure Coast Community Health patients can pick up medicine as they leave the office or use free delivery and mail order services. Pharmacists are always available to answer questions. Switch to TCCH pharmacies. Save money, stay healthy. 772-257-8224 and ask about our price match.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock tariff-free coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of American-made Telescope, Berlin Gardens, and Pollywood all with no tariff ever. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a summer sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Come in now for our summer sale and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Welcome to Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Hit the zone this Friday and Saturday night at 6:30 and 8:30 for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
And welcome back to Community Conversations. If you're just joining us, my name is Vicki Soule. I'm the CEO of Treasure Coast Community Health. But many years ago, maybe between 5 and 10, I came on board to have community conversations because it's just a wonderful way to see what's going on in the community and to find ways to help other people through nonprofits oftentimes, but it takes a village, as they say, and I believe in that philosophy. And so this is Treasure Coast Community's way of helping enhance that effort. And so today I have two gentlemen from Oceanside Rotary. We've talked about the Rotary Service Club, and for those of you that don't know, you can Google us. There are 5 Rotary clubs in this county, and probably 6 or 7 before this even airs, because we do seem to be growing. And if you look us up on the webpage, you'll see Oceanside Rotary, rotarybb.oceanside.org. And to that point, if you are wondering where do we meet, we're meeting at Big Shots right now. We have been for about 1.5 years. They've been very cordial hosts to us. We meet on the 2nd floor on the north end, and that's Tuesdays at 5:30. So if you're interested in just checking us out, come on in. There's no charge to be our guests. And then if you like us, the dues are very minimal. I think without bashing other clubs, I think we're probably the lowest club in town in terms of dues, which basically help us with the service projects, very affordable. So I've got Dennis here today because he's been the headmaster for the Treasure Coast project year after year, the Great Duck Derby.
The Great Duck Derby.
And now Rotary is helping us with that. Yeah.
So anyway, Rotary is, this is our 13th year for the Duck Derby. And with Rotary's help this year, we hope to raise a sufficient amount of funds because we're supporting the new pediatric health center that TCCH is building, which is the first of its kind in our county. It's a big project. It's going to take a lot of money, and it's going to take a lot of ducks. So we're hoping that you all out there in the world, when you see these little flyers around town, there'll be a little stand like this all over town. Pick one of these up. If you buy just 1 duck, if everybody in Vero Beach would buy 1 duck, we could help fund a big portion of this project. Not all of it, but a pretty big portion. So pick one up, buy at least 1 duck, if not more, and you will help support Treasure Coast Community Health, the Rotary's project, and Treasure Coast Community Health's new project of a pediatric health center.
Yes.
And this happens at Captain Hiram's on November the 2nd. This has been at Hiram's every year. They've been a great supporter of ours, and this is a great event. It's a kid family fun event. Kids are in the water. There's music. There's dancing. There's fun. And
there's 50-50 for gamblers. If you're not going to win the duck, maybe you'll get a 50-50 prize.
And the 50-50 has been huge in the past few years. I mean, the last year, one person walked away with half of the money was almost $800.
Amazing.
So an amazing thing. So 5,000 of these little guys go in the water. This is what you adopt. You don't take it home with you. We put it on the boat. It races ashore. And you could win $1,000 as first prize, $750 as second prize, and $500 as third prize. And there's also the corporate duck race, where businesses get a bigger duck. You get to race your business against other businesses for bragging rights and a $1,000 prize.
Plus,
So
you get
it's-
to decorate them. So
You get to
and that's
decorate 'em.
really cool. It's really cool to see all the unique ways that they decorate everything. And I heard they've been working out, so they might be a little bit faster this year.
They might be. And I think we're going to have a contest of the best decorated duck before the race actually starts. So
Yeah, they get a little waterlogged. The feathers kind of.
yeah,
They're not oiled like real ducks.
That's right.
But it's really interesting to see because with the 3-inch ducks, the 5,000 of those, it looks like a herd of ducks. I guess that's not the right term, but you have this massive yellow. But with the corporate ducks, you have a couple hundred at most. But they're bigger. They're like 10 or 12-inch
Yes.
ducks. And with the plumage and the different decorations that people have put on them, it's a lot of fun.
And I tell people to make sure they float because they get over decorated sometimes, and you can decorate it so much that it might sink. So
We got to count them afterwards because we don't want to leave any plastic in,
we
in the
never
lagoon.
leave
Yeah.
plastic.
Never.
We get calls every year, and we guarantee every duck, every little duck gets removed from the river. Nothing gets washed downstream.
And we know that because we don't own the ducks. We lease the ducks from a company, and they count them before they send them, and they count them when they get back. And if there is any discrepancies, that's in the contract that we have to make good on it and find those ducks.
Get a scuba diver down the river.
That's
looking for
right. That's right. But so far, knock on wood, in 12 years, we've never had that as a problem,
we never
despite
lost
all
a
the
duck.
environmentalists
Yeah.
like Corey.
They don't run away, They're pretty friendly little
Yeah,
guys.
they are.
They're cool in
And
their shades. So.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of kids in the water at the end of the race. There's kids in the water, and if the ducks are escaping, they help us gather them and bring them back into the flock. So
And the moms have figured out that if they bring a little laundry basket, then their kids can scoop up a whole bunch of them and stay in the water longer. And so it's really gotten to be a fine-tuned, fun event for everyone. And above all, it does help us. Every $5 duck goes towards a little bit more of helping folks with better health, whether it's medical or dental or behavioral health. It's very important. We serve about 30,000 individuals each year, not counting the presence that we have at our local jail for folks that are incarcerated for a short time there. But, your health doesn't stop just because you walk in or out of a particular door. Your health needs are still there. And so we're very proud of this community for supporting us and hope that some of the small businesses will perhaps sponsor us again this year.
Absolutely.
That would help a lot. And Corey, I can't leave you out. Tell us how you are looking forward to tree planting.
Well, I mean, it's nice to help out with your community. It's also nice to help out with other communities and things. And so we actually started just a few months ago a program called Rotary Clubs United for 1 billion trees. And it has our little Vero Beach Oceanside thing on it. But it actually started in 3 continents. And it looks like now, after going to Calgary recently, that we might be in over 100 countries by the time everybody's kind of tied in or whatever. So really, really quickly, large, growing, essentially a networking organization that helps people plant trees for less money and more sustainably. But also we have some kind of pet projects where we're hoping to plant millions of trees in Brazil and India and in some of the Florida state parks, because my background is in Florida state parks, and I have a really heart for that type of thing. So we're getting to do things here in Florida. We're getting to do things here in Vero Beach. We're getting to do things all over the world. I'll be in Brazil in September looking
Don't
at some
they have enough
rainforest
trees in
programs.
Brazil?
Well, they everywhere needs more trees.
Okay, even the rainforest.
Yep, and the rainforest
Okay.
probably particularly
Yes.
needs more trees at this point because of some different things that go on with
Ecological.
rainforests. But it's a really good opportunity for us to get trees very inexpensively. So one of the things that stands out about this program that I would put up against almost any tree program is how affordably we get trees.
So if you're asked to join a tree planting thing, think of Dr. Richard Baker, who started us doing this many years ago. And then COVID came and things kind of went in different directions. But Corey is like Dr. Baker 2.0.
I guess they're calling me the Rotary Lorax, which, I can speak for the trees. I like that.
Okay, well, we hope you've learned a lot. We hope that you can use this information to have a better tomorrow And if not, listen next week. Maybe something else will tickle your feathers, as they say. Take care and have a great evening. Thanks, guys.
Ciao.